Hey guys, welcome to Midday Mumbles, the new podcast, Midday Mumbles. I'm Gage.
I'm Isaac.
And we're being joined today by our third host, Brody.
Hey.
So, okay, basically this is a podcast. Okay, off to a great start. So this is basically a podcast that we're doing now. Oh shit, did you hear that?
What?
I just
Hear what?
smacked something.
Ghosts in your room?
Yeah, big ghost. Okay. So yeah, we got some stuff to talk about today. So first off, we got some Trump news. Okay, we're gonna get everyone's opinion on this. So President Donald Trump tweeted at CEO of Apple Tim Cook, quoting to Tim. This is the actual quote to Tim. The button on the iPhone was far better than the swipe. He knows his stuff.
Donald Trump does?
Yeah.
Or Tim Cook?
No.
Is the swipe good or is the button good? What are you advocating for here, Gage?
I'm for the button. I want the button back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Expound.
What do you think, Brody? I mean, you got a button on your phone?
Buttons are pretty cool.
I still run with the old iPhone 6 that still has the button, and I think it's the best way. Absolutely.
Yeah. The swipe is just stupid.
I wouldn't change it for anything.
I mean, as a person who's basically an old lady when it comes to phones, I can see the appeal of a button instead of having some finicky swipe maneuver. Like, I don't know if it works well. I don't really use phones ever, but I can see the appeal to having a physical button. It's simple. It works. It's going to work every time. You just press it. There you go.
I've known people that have worn out their buttons.
It's kind of like the headphone jack. I mean, I had the iPhone 6. I had the best of everything. It was the last year they had the headphone jack. It was the last year they had the button, the physical button. No. Okay. It was the second to last year they had the physical button. I had the iPhone 7. It was the best iPhone I'd ever had. Honest to God. Okay. It didn't have a headphone jack, but it had the button. And then all of a sudden, iPhone X, they skipped over. No. Okay. They had the iPhone 8 that launched alongside the iPhone X. Okay. They skipped 9 because that was the 10th year. So they still had a home button on the 8, but the X and the XS and the new one don't have home buttons. So
how do you get to the home on them?
You swipe.
Swipe away. Like how? You know?
You swipe up. Well, a lot of people use the Face ID. So you actually have to put your phone up to your face.
And like wink at it, and it's like, oh, you want to go to your homepage?
Yeah. It's so stupid. I mean, I miss.
Well, yeah, but that's for unlocking.
ID.
That's for unlocking it. But I'm saying, like, when you're in the software and you go to like a page or something, let's say you're watching a YouTube video and you want to get to the homepage and play, like,
you have to swipe up and then swipe over. I don't have I don't have one of the new iPhones. I switched to the Pixel. On the Pixel though, they do it really good. They do a really good version of this because it's like they still have the fingerprint on the back.
Mm-hmm.
So I click that, and I'm in my phone. I can do whatever the hell I need to do. It's pretty good. But
can you use that as a homepage button?
A home? No.
Oh,
but
weak.
There is a digital button on the phone. So it's not a physical button, but there is a button to go home, which I like.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. For Androids, how they have those 3 little buttons down at the bottom, and one's like a back one, one's a home one, and then one's...
Well, the Pixel only has one, and that's the middle. That's the home button.
Oh, really?
It works like a dream. Like, it's the best thing ever.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It's just one of those things, I guess. It's I like it. But hey. Yeah, so
am I getting into something? Am I getting into something here? Okay.
Yeah. Well, sorry guys,
they're
new.
Apple released new AirPods, all right? If you didn't think the original ones were stupid enough, they've come up with another one that costs even more so that you can, when you steal your mother's, credit card or wallet or whatever, you can really, really damage her pocket. You can do a really big blow all in one purchase. $250 for a pair of earbuds. Now, I can't see any reason to spend more than $40 on a pair of earbuds.
It's so stupid, dude.
It doesn't take that much to get decent sound quality. And in my opinion, that's what really matters. And I like having a wire.
Stupid.
I don't want to have something that I have to charge or whatever. You can get into it, Gage, if you want. The stupidity.
So, I've always been a fan of earbuds. Like, every time you buy a phone, they come with their earbuds and whatever. And I like the wired. I really do like the wired Apple earbuds. I always have loved them. They were comfortable when they were 3.5 millimeter jacks. They were amazing, and then they switched to Lightning, and they kind of suck now. But I used to use them all the time, but they'd break easily. So then they announced the AirPods, and I'm thinking, wireless earbuds from Apple. And the first thing that came to mind is if I had those, I would lose them. Like they didn't have any, like, okay, did the Google versions, like they have like the string that goes on the back of your head.
Oh yeah. That's just dumb. It seems uncomfortable to have this wire connecting them through the back.
It might be uncomfortable, but
I don't know. I've never really had much experience with wireless earbuds. I've never bought them. I've just always stuck with wired.
So no, I had the earbuds, and then they announced the AirPods, and I thought to my head, I'm like, I don't know why anyone would be crazy enough to buy these things. They were like $129 or something, and it was like these. It's ridiculous. It's retarded and a waste of money. And then they had the AirPod 2s. Well, okay, so I remember seeing there was a summer where, and you still see them around. They blew up. Everyone had to have them. And then you saw all these people, even people would drive and they'd have the friggin' things in their ears. I don't know. I don't know. And then all of a sudden they released the second ones, and they're basically a joke. Like, honestly, they look uncomfortable. I've never actually had them in my ear, but
which one? The regular AirPods or the AirPods Pro?
The regular ones. And then AirPods Pro, I mean, that got announced, and I was actually surprised. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not buying any of those, any of them. So,
well, I mean, with the AirPods, I'll see a lot of people like at school or whatever with AirPods in their ears, and honestly, I just think they look really dumb. I mean, well, I guess it's better than having the bulk of the cable, so I can see why you'd buy them. But the original AirPods cost over $100, right? Did you? Yeah.
129.
129, and that's just like my current earbuds. They were $5, and I was pretty happy with them because they actually had pretty decent sound quality. When they broke, I fixed them. I went in, I broke apart the earbud end,
I can't even believe you
and
did
I
that.
resoldered the wire. Because I didn't want to have to go deal with buying new earbuds. Because these ones I have are perfectly fine. And I use them fairly regularly. And they lasted me like 3 years before I had to fix them. So in my mind, spending $130 on a pair of earbuds is just a little silly.
Right. Yeah. Well, I do gotta say, the whole AirPods, when they really started taking off, seriously, dude, they had a lot of Chinese companies started ripping them off, and you had said you see a bunch of kids at school. Well, I don't know. I think that I am happy with the AirPods because of the fact that a lot of companies, and I don't know if you've seen this or whatever, but when Apple comes out with a new product,
everyone copies.
Right, everyone
to
copies,
some extent,
but
or
then
they try to
gems,
mimic the benefits of it.
But then you have those gems that are actually really good. Like,
sure,
you have people who try and copy it and they fail. And then you have these people who actually copy the idea, and it's like 10 times better than the original product.
Have you heard Dylan ever talk about his Galaxy Buds? I haven't really heard him talk about them much, but that's the same idea where they they all had the stupid string in the back that connected them, or not string, wire, obviously.
Yeah.
And the Galaxy Buds didn't have that, they were
Well, the thing
decent.
that really irritates me about Apple pricing, and that's a whole nother thing to get into, but the AirPod Pros are at what, $250?
Yeah, $250.
So for $250, I could go and buy nice over-ear headphones from Bose or Sony.
Jaybirds even. The latest technology in Jaybirds that are absolutely 100% water resistant.
Or Audio-Technica has some good ones too.
Or you could go buy a pair of Sennheisers for that price.
Yeah.
You're going to get a million times better sound quality with a pair of Sennheiser over-the-ear headphones. And then just buy a junky pair of earbuds for when you're out and about. Enjoy your sound quality when you're, resting or whatever, when you're doing your at-home thing. When you're out on the go, it's not like you need the best sound quality in the world. The AirPods won't even deliver that, of course, because they're, Apple earbuds. They're not made to be pristine sound.
No.
Even though most people use earbuds in settings like the gym or when they're working out.
Well, in the gym, I can see that. I mean, a pair of headphones are going to come flying off your head when you're, running or whatever, unless they were like ratchet strapped down.
Mine don't come off my head.
You use headphones?
Yeah, I bring my Bose.
looking like a rich boy over there.
Yeah, Bose on, elastic band over it. No problem. Any exercise.
It's the old generation. I don't really feel like upgrading to the new ones. So.
Well, I mean, all Bose sound pretty good. Bose. At least what I know of it.
Well, they do, but you're also buying a price. You're also buying the label.
Sure.
Right.
Sure. So, well, that's the same deal with Apple, of course.
That's why
I mean,
really
you buy
like
an Apple because it has the stupid little Apple on it.
And you buy Beats headphones because of the Beats name, so I personally, Beats is known for having really bad audio quality for the price.
Right.
So I don't know. It's just one of those things, I guess. And hey,
although I do want to get into on the AirPods Pro, the upsides of it. I feel like if I was gonna go ahead and buy one of these, I wouldn't. But if I were to, I would buy the Pro versions.
Yeah.
For two pretty big reasons. They have that mesh ear piece. I've never found that Apple earbuds ever fit my ear well because they just kind of sit in there, and the plastic in my ear has been it's always super uncomfortable. I like the mesh. The mesh is going to have better noise isolation and whatnot. And for me, it would give a better fit. And they're a little smaller, like shorter. They don't have as long of a dumb little tail sticking out of your ear. Because I really think the AirPods look super stupid with the tail just hanging out.
Okay.
I guess it's like modern art, Some people think it's cool. Stupid. Other people realize how ridiculous it looks.
Yeah.
I mean,
is that all you got to say on the AirPod Pros?
I could. They got a little bit shorter life, or not lifespan, but like a battery charge. Not by much, but a little bit.
Well,
different case.
Yeah. Well, they have they're pushing wireless charging now.
So, really?
All their products now, the iPhone, the earbuds, AirPod Pros, and the AirPod 2s, they wireless charge, which is actually cool.
Sure. Just throw it
obviously
down.
Obviously, it's not fast charging. It's not fast charging, but it's it's charging.
Well, yeah, but if you have like a wireless charger on your bedside and you go into bed and just throw it on there, it's going to be charged either way by the daytime.
Yeah.
It just is a matter of if you pick it up and plug it in, or if you just toss it down.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think the AirPod Pros are kind of cool. I don't think the price is cool. I like price to product. I think they really did some cool things with the new AirPod Pros. I just don't think it justifies a $250 price tag.
Sure.
Like.
Oh, and one thing I saw on them was I was watching a review on them, and I guess the battery inside of the AirPod isn't replaceable. So like, you're essentially buying a $250 consumable product. When the battery eventually starts to, degrade over time, like batteries do, they get less efficient and less good, and they hold less charge. It's going to be crap.
You can't even pay for a repair.
What?
Because phone batteries do the same thing, but of course you can pay for a repair battery.
Right, but you couldn't do that with these. You'd have to buy a new one because it's just not replaceable.
Oof.
I guess in the original AirPods you could, but these you can't.
I don't think that's true.
No. At least that's what the reviewer said that I was just watching a video on.
Maybe, yeah, probably then. I don't remember that being.
Do you trust
feature,
YouTube? Random YouTubers?
I remember watching the keynote when they said that, so I don't know. I don't remember them saying it had a battery, but hey, whatever. I don't know.
Saying
you can't
it had
do it
a
on
battery?
your own,
do AirPods not have batteries? Do they run on magic?
Changeable batteries. Well,
well, no, it's not like you can take it off. It's if you take apart the earbud. You can.
Well, you can't. Remember, with Apple, you can't take them apart.
Because they're a scummy company. But
because the warranty,
Apple certified people couldn't do it, whereas they could with the original AirPods.
I remember watching that Linus video with the iMac Pro, was it? And they did something to it, and they couldn't do anything themselves, or they would have avoided the warranty. And it was like a $6,000 computer. Remember that video?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's stupid.
Remember the video that they broke the screen too?
Yeah, I know. It's Apple products are honestly. I mean, you look at the hardware. It's honestly terrible. I don't know. I can't justify their prices. Now that I've seen the light side, the Windows side. Okay. So how's college, Brody? How's it going? How's the old University of the state going?
I don't know. I was looking for an apartment going.
Oh, okay. It's going pretty good, but
okay, that's good.
Oh, we're talking about the apartment adventure thing.
That's been something. Holy crap!
We could talk about that for sure.
It's been so much work.
Gage is picky. If
I'm not
if
picky.
if you're going to look for a person to live with, Gage might not be the greatest choice because he
we're all talking about moving in together. Okay,
he refuses any good idea and suggests expensive ideas in their place.
No, I want put a steel roof on the place. You know what I'm saying? Don't cheap out.
If I heard your opinion on houses, I would thought you'd be going out and buying AirPods Pro. Okay, I think you're one of those people.
No, I know how to save. I know how to save a buck, but I know.
He knows how to spend a buck too.
For sure.
Well, no, you got to spend money to make
bucks.
money. So you're gonna save money in the long term
on a house.
Yeah,
stairs are too narrow.
But it's then all of a sudden it's rolled out for some silly reason like that.
They think so Isaac here found this nice house. It looked really nice from the outside. I agreed with them. The inside had some nice things. And all of a sudden, you went on and on and on about this. We get there, it's in a shady neighborhood. We're literally out back. We got we're looking into another house. It's
the
hilarious.
Neighborhood doesn't matter. That's why people own guns, Gage. Protect the home.
I'm not gonna say the city, but the town definitely has some strict gun laws. So
does it?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, that's silly.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think we can live there then.
Okay.
I would rage quit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's not a good idea. But shifting the conversation into something else. So did you guys hear about Twitter banning political ads?
I mean, yeah, I saw it.
Yeah,
when we were talking about this beforehand.
I think it's mad. Yeah, well, I know.
Ooh,
but,
surprise!
Okay. Yeah, well, you gotta act like that for our listeners. Yeah. So Twitter decided that they're gonna ban political ads. Honestly, I think it's mad, and by that, I basically am saying,
mad
they want to ban. Yeah. They want to ban ads that maybe the leftists or the DNC, the RNC, any of the major parties, even any political ads in general, are being banned on the platform.
Okay. Hey, here's something that I'm now feeling a little confused on. Are they banning ads based on their content? Are they banning ads based on being advertised by a political?
Just in general, anything that has anything to do with a political candidate or a political
so that would
issue
affect
is
both
banned.
sides equally. So you saying leftists doesn't really make much sense.
I said the RNC, the DNC. I corrected myself.
Oh, okay. I guess I missed that.
Yes. So it's kind of, I don't know. I use Twitter a lot. I know that Brody and Isaac don't really use Twitter a lot, but
nope.
I go on Twitter nearly daily, and honestly, I don't really see ads because I have an ad blocker, but it doesn't really affect me. But
just because you hate supporting the people giving you these services for free. Like I have an ad blocker that I can,
data anyway.
I can pick an amount of ads that it gives me.
They're selling your data, Isaac. All these major websites are selling your data. Don't feel bad for them.
I don't care. I don't care if I'm in some list of 100,000 other people for their ad traffic. It doesn't matter. Okay. It's not going to affect me ever.
I was going in my my Facebook. So when you have a Facebook account, you can actually go into the settings, and you can see advertising, how people are using your data on Facebook, because the whole Mark Zuckerberg had to go in front of Congress and stuff, and I learned something about that whole thing, and it actually showed me a list of companies who uploaded my data to the advertising system, and I'm thinking, wow. Like some major companies, it actually, believe it or not, one of them
I am big.
One of them was actually Donald Trump for president. They uploaded my data.
He noticed
Facebook advertising. I know. Oh, I'm so excited. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the whole data thing. But this isn't about that. This is about the whole political ad thing, and
right.
Jack Dorsey's going to lose a lot of money. Like, there's a lot of money in politics, and them not allowing it on Twitter, they're going to lose out. But then you got, leading in my next topic, Facebook is saying that they don't want to ban political ads. I don't know if you saw this, but AOC, Alexandria Cortez, was saying, and a bunch of other leftists, okay, might I put them, we're saying things like, oh, well, Mark Zuckerberg doesn't want to ban fake news. So let me actually ask you, Isaac and Brody, if you have two or multiple sides to something, right? Let's say there's a right answer, but you're going to get 3 to 4 different sides of a story, and there's no right or wrong answer.
But you just said there was a right answer. Yes,
there is. So, okay, I'm a Republican, and I think, and let's say the Democrat, or let's say a Democrat is debating me on for instance, climate change.
Okay.
And they think that it's right, and I think it's not right. So how can a network like Facebook, a giant social network, pick a side? Like, you're picking a side there, right? What's considered fake news and not? Do you get what I'm saying, Isaac?
Well,
not really.
I mean,
okay.
I don't think Facebook would have any advertisements on climate change being fake. Anyways, I feel like they would only advertise.
You can advertise on
that
right now. No, you can advertise on that right now.
Oh, really? Well,
I could start an ad campaign. Climate change is not real, and they're going to run the ad. What they're saying, what Mark Zuckerberg is saying, is we don't want to ban ads that people consider fake news, because Democrats think that what we say as Republicans are fake news, and we're say as Republicans we say that Democrat stuff is fake news, like if that makes sense, right?
So basically, to ban fake news would be to ban all news.
Exactly, because there's always
If you're gonna
multiple
be
sides to
fair.
a story. Yeah, there's always multiple sides to a story. And you can't pick and choose which parts you think are right and wrong. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so let's say, here's an example. Let's say I got in my car and I drove to the next town over. Okay, I actually did that. That's truth, right? So let's say the news companies decided to say, Gage didn't drive his car to the next town over. Okay, that's fake news. But I actually did that. Okay, so what if ABC News, right? ABC News wants to run, or no, CNN wants to run an ad on Facebook saying, Gage Nelson did not drive his car to the next town over. He did not. He is a liar.
This is a very big deal.
It is. I did drive my car the next town over. So at this point, how do we determine, like, how do I prove that I did do that? That is not fake news.
Drive your car over there and take a photo of it. I don't know.
I gotta go a second time.
Yeah. you gotta go to Wally World again if that's where you went last time. You know?
No, I didn't go to Wall. I went to Pickett's.
Oh, okay, fine, whatever.
Pickett's, yeah, they're free advertising. Pickett's. They got some good food. Honest to God, Isaac, you eating there?
Yeah, I've ate there quite like a couple times. I think probably 3 times.
Quite a bit.
Not quite a bit, but like a couple.
Compared to how many times I've been in there, that's nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. Their menu's a bit short, but
dude, there's specials though. Like, do you call in and pick it up?
No. Are they doing that now?
Yeah, you can call in and pick up.
Oh.
Back
on the topic, Gage.
They
back
have
on the topic.
Yeah. They paid me $15 to say that. No, I'm just kidding. Ooh. I'm just kidding.
Sorry,
Pumpkin Patch though. Like, hey, $25. So yeah. Anyway, so Facebook doesn't. So Mark Zuckerberg, the CEO of Facebook, is basically putting his foot down and saying, we are not going to ban political news that one side of the aisle says is fake and the other side doesn't say is fake, and vice versa. So basically, what this whole thing is Mark Zuckerberg doesn't want to, I don't want to say stoop down to Twitter's level, but I don't know. I think that would be really hard. How does Facebook determine if something's fake news or not?
Well, they don't. That's why they're saying they won't.
It would be politically biased.
Although I do agree with what Twitter's doing here, because you kind of jumped over the Twitter thing. You didn't really give much room for talking.
Okay.
Because they're just banning all political ads outright. They're trying to take themselves and put them out of the problem of all these outcries about fake news or, whatever. Whoever's upset, whoever's complaining about it. Because that's what people really get upset about. They get upset about political ads and political opinions. So they're saying, we don't want people to be upset at us. So we're just not going to offer it to anybody. And that, in my opinion, is just the best way to do it, because they shouldn't be involved in political things. They're a source that people can use to share themselves and express themselves. They shouldn't be expressing themselves over you, They should just take themselves out of the picture altogether. If it's an ad for like Amazon, it's not like that matters much. My political views aren't going to be changed from an Amazon ad. No. And then what Facebook is doing, I understand it, because people are trying to push them in a certain way, and they're just saying, no, we're not going to do that because it wouldn't work. But I really think it'd be better if both of them just did what Twitter did. Like, I'll get advertisements for Trump or whatever, and I don't care about it. I support Trump, but the ad isn't changing anything in my view.
Controversial. There.
But
yeah, I get you.
So I don't really think it matters all that much, but I can appreciate what Twitter's doing, and I think as far as overall, they're probably doing the right move.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you. I just think that. I just don't think that. Okay, I like the fact that Twitter. Okay. Let me gain my thoughts. Okay, I think that so Twitter they're banning all political ads, and Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Facebook, is stepping down and saying, oh yeah, we're not gonna do this with the whole fake news thing. Personally, I don't think it really matters either way, because the majority of people don't get their minds changed over one single advertisement, right?
Well, it would be a multitude of advertisements.
I get that, but people don't just get their mind changed over little things like that. So I don't know. I don't really think it's going to make much of a difference. I am worried though about Twitter, because just because they banned political ads does not mean the trending page is going to stop being political.
Sure.
Twitter is,
but they don't. They don't have control. Well, they do have control over the trending page,
and they push trending topics.
Okay. But let's say in a perfect
Trump
world,
is always trending.
About when we're talking about specifically ads here, and let's picture that Twitter is completely non-partial. Then the trending page should have nothing to do with their outlook. It should just be whatever's trending, what's actually trending. And it might be that way. Yeah. They might sway things. I don't know. There's been a lot about fake news in, these companies like Facebook and whatnot, and Pinterest. And I don't know, like Project Veritas, if anyone's watched that. But they've had insiders come out from Pinterest and whatnot saying that the search engines are manipulating it in certain ways. But ads,
that's a very
ads or whatever.
That's a very tough thing to get into, because Project Veritas, obviously I think everyone knows that searches and trending pages are being altered for a certain political agenda.
I don't think most people know that.
No, I know,
it's important for people to understand that, these AIs, they claim it's, just the search engine. It's just an AI, they don't have control over it. They do have control over it. They wrote the scripts to tell it how to think, how to manipulate, how to move things about, how to present things to you. That's all made by people. There's no machine learning. They teach the machine how to learn. It's not like they let the machine loose and it learns itself.
No. What is your opinion on this, Brody?
Well, I think I've watched that same documentary Isaac's talking about a while back. And I don't know. It was just a thing. I mean, I believe it to be true. I think it's going on. Yeah. It's not like it's something that you can just outright deny, because it's pretty obvious.
Yeah. Especially on YouTube. I mean, I don't know how many people that listen to this have, watched Steven Crowder or anything, but one of the big things is conservative channels on YouTube. Not just Steven Crowder, Mark Dice, Ben Shapiro, a lot of major conservative voices, and not even just that. Other people on YouTube are being censored in the search, and it's altered. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. You know what first is? Freaking Google. So Alphabet Incorporated owns the first two largest search engines in the world. And we all know they're manipulating search results, and they deny it all the time, right? And I mean, I think the easiest way, the easiest amount of proof that we have right now, the only real amount of proof we have right now, is the whole Crowder thing. So, and also there was a politician, I forget her name now. She was big news a few weeks ago. During the debates, her YouTube channel was completely swabbed from the search results on Google and YouTube, because she's a moderate Democrat. She has very down-to-earth, non-radical ideas about politics. So she's very moderate, and she's very down-to-earth, like I had said. And they swabbed her so people couldn't find her and find her YouTube channel and find her website. and all you'd see is other people, other topics like CNN bashing her and whatnot, videos from CNN and CNBC and all those.
Well, I think you're kind of glossing over something here. When they were doing this kind of research on it, they were using a VPN so that they could be connecting to YouTube's address from the United States, and they could be contacting it from other countries like Spain.
Well,
I think
actually, I was leading into that. So there were some people from other countries saying that they had seen her, like anytime they look her up or anything for that matter, it pops up. And Crowder's response to this was, it's not going to matter if someone in China or Russia or the UK or Canada sees this U.S. politicians' stuff. I mean, you can't. Do people in the UK vote in U.S. elections now? Do people in Canada? Like, no, they don't. So that stuff should be shown, and it should be completely. You should have access to any sort of information you need to have about all the political candidates running, no matter if they're Republican or Democrat or Independent or the friggin' Green Party. You should have every single piece of information about those candidates at your fingertips. It shouldn't be biased, altered information that someone with a political agenda is altering to fit their own agenda. You know what I mean? Like, you like someone, right? Okay, for instance, who's the big hoss right now in the friggin' in the DNC side, right? It's
Biden?
Kamala? No. Yeah, Joe Biden is big right now, but Elizabeth Warren is also... So Joe Biden and Elizabeth Warren are the big ones. They're the most popular candidates right now, right? So a few people that are puny, that are more moderate, they quickly become quite popular in the Democrat Party, because I think a lot of people are sick and tired of such radical views. And, so then you have these search engines and these big companies that are like, yeah, we got to alter our search. And this conversation sprung off from the Twitter trending page, mind you.
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's all the same idea. Companies, and there's a big thing here. Companies that aren't publishers, right? They're free websites, free services that they offer to their consumers to use. They shouldn't be allowed to alter things because it hurts their bottom line or it doesn't fit in with their political agenda. And Twitter is huge for this, because I come on Twitter every day, multiple times a day, and I do it just to check out the trending page, because I that's where I get my if an actor died or a musician or died or whatever. It's kind of I use that for that sometimes, but I like getting quick new information that just hit the printing press. You know what I mean? New information. That's where I get it from.
Right.
And later on, I'll watch CNN and Fox and MSNBC and CBS and see what their what side I'm going to pick and whatever on a certain topic. But yeah, I see a lot of garbage on Twitter, because one of the big things right now is cancel culture. I don't know if you've heard of it, but
yeah, I was actually doing a not like an assignment on it for my English class. Yeah. Well, like we picked our own kind of controversial topic, and I was doing stuff on it for English class, and I was asking I asked question 6 people on it.
Yeah. What'd you get on a grade? What was your grade?
What was my grade? Oh, I don't know yet.
Oh. Well, okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to get in, like, I think we're veering too much off topic, but there's a lot like playing here. There's a more than most people know. And I really think if you're listening to this, please get educated on this, because Project Veritas, there was a video of someone very important at Google, or no, YouTube. They held a meeting or something. Was it Google or YouTube, Isaac? And they said that it was in 2016, Trump won, and they're like, we can't let this mistake happen again. Like, it's almost like Google.
Well, Google and YouTube are the same company. Google and
Alphabet,
YouTube.
Yeah. We ought to refer to them as Alphabet. Alphabet owns Google and all the major companies under the Google brand. Okay, so that includes YouTube, that includes Google Maps, Google Earth, Google Android. I don't know. It includes everything. So Alphabet, I think, is the best term we should use. But
my preferred term is Alphabet Incorporated, actually.
Yeah, Alphabet Incorporated. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot here, and I really encourage people to go and get educated on something like this. If you don't understand it, please Google it. There is a service I recommend using, and that's DuckDuckGo.com, because it's completely unfiltered, it's completely unbiased, and literally it's a search engine, but you can I don't know. You ever use DuckDuckGo, Isaac?
Yeah, I have. It works the same as Google, pretty much.
Yeah. It's basically the same thing, but you're not getting filtered information. And I really like it because Google tries to filter negative stories about themselves. And I notice that because sometimes Google stuff comes out and I look it up on DuckDuckGo and it's right there. So I don't know. I find it a lot more convenient.
So all of us here watch Louder with Crowder, at least to some extent.
Yep.
He's a very
all
conservative.
Daily.
Well, yeah, I watch it moderately religiously.
I'm a Mug
basically.
Club member, man. You know that. Mug Club.
But one of his later videos was about a trans or quote unquote transgender child in a legal battle with his parents over not I don't think it's over his custody. I don't think that's ever mentioned, but how
it's
the father treats the child if he treats him as a woman. And it's also because it's a little boy, his sex is a boy. He has a dingaling.
He's got a sausage.
Yeah. But his.
We won't talk about his unmentionables.
That's not safe for work. Anyways,
okay.
The parents are in a legal battle over him and how the father treats the child, because the mother treats this child like he is a girl, and she dresses him up in tutus and stuff, and she uses him in her advertisements for her business as her being kind of a progressive person and having a transgender child. So she's using the child for advertisement purposes.
Don't you just love that?
Oh yeah. It's great. And she's trying
to be used as advertising marketing tools, right? Let's go dress Dylan up in a tutu and color his hair rainbow colored and friggin',
I'll get into that more in a second. Well, let me introduce the whole thing.
Let's do that.
Calm down.
The new Aurora 7 marketing plan. Dylan's a transgender.
We don't need to cut this. No cut. Continue.
Yes.
No, this is good.
Cut.
This is good stuff.
Yeah.
Now we need to cut it because you insisted so hard.
I know.
Cut.
I'm not cutting any of this. This is
I'll
good.
just say that when I wanted to be cut.
Fucking cut!
Okay, where should I start back up from? But there's been a recent video out that he posted about a trans or quote unquote transgender child in a legal battle.
Rough terrain.
What?
We're getting into rocky terrain, Isaac.
I know. This is risque. A transgender child. But I feel like most people, even transgenders, would agree this is a little far. I feel like it would be hard to advocate for this. So what it is the father and the mother are in court over their child and what gender he is. So the child will go to the father's house and he'll be a boy and he'll act like a boy. And there's no sign of him not being a boy. And he'll be at the mother's house and the mother will dress him up in tutus and address him as a girl's name.
Tell him.
And basically, tell him he's a girl and he acts like a girl for it, He's a girl at his mother's house. He's a boy at his father's house. And his true gender, as I've been calling him a his, and a him and whatever, is he's got a dingling. He's got You know, he's got what he's got. He's a male.
Got a sausage.
Yeah. And the mother is bringing the father to court for referring to this child as a him and kind of stopping the child from getting hormone blockers and, transformative kind of moves to make him a girl.
How old is this kid? Why don't we tell the viewers how old this kid is? I think he's
like 8.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
he's too young.
Little.
Is what the right answer was.
He's little. He's still figuring out the world. He doesn't even know what a girl's packing. You know, he doesn't understand that yet. He just knows what he has. You know, and he wants to please his parents, so he's trying to please them both. And the parents are fighting over this kid getting serious changes done to his body. The parents are arguing over him. And he'll get transformations done to him if the mother wins, and he won't if the father wins. And the court has ruled in favor of the mother, at least for now, and I think he's pushing it even farther down the court line.
Yeah.
Because it's going to mess him up. You know, he's going to die younger.
Yep.
He's going to have a higher chance of suicide if he gets this transformation done. He doesn't have the mindset of someone who could, really even think in this way. This is a very sexually charged kind of topic and an idea. And this kid doesn't understand any of it yet. He just wants attention and he wants his parents to love him. So he works in favor of them. And what's really sick about the entire thing is his mother is using this child as a PR stunt, as a publicity thing, as advertisement. She's dressing him up in tutus and stuff and taking photos with him and making that her business photo and showing her as being some great hero because she has this transgender kid. And that's just really sick. That's messed up to force your kid through all that, just misery over your own publicity and success for your business. It's terrible. And the father didn't even know this was going on. He found it when the kid ended up. I don't remember exactly what was said, but he was talking about how mom dresses him up in dresses and calls him by some other name, and the father obviously got concerned about this because the kid's just been a normal kid the entire time. But it just
is some class A weird shit.
This just seems like a really dangerous topic. If the mother wins all the way through in this court case, then like my sister, when I was like 5, she would put me in tutus and stuff because she wanted a little sister and I wasn't that. I'll be honest about that, and I wore them. But am I a transgender? Am I gay? Is that a sign that I'm gay?
Well, we don't know that. Well,
I'm not.
Wow.
I'm not, Gage.
Are you coming out now?
I'm not. I'm doing the opposite. But anyways, I couldn't be farther from that. I am normalish.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, okay? We got
right, but I mean, you weren't raised in an environment where that idea is being
but I didn't
supported over and over by like figures that are larger than your sister, like parents, which is what's happening in this situation. Sure. Like the idea is being reinforced by people that the child's looking up to.
Let's just use it for an example, okay? And if my mother was in support of her dressing me up in dresses or whatever, it could be seen in a court scenario as forcing me to go on hormone blockers and forcing me to make transformations to my body when I'm too little to even understand it. I'll just go with whatever's happening because I'm a little kid and I just want people to be happy.
Right. That's true.
And what is really happening is I'm unknowingly deciding huge life decisions that will change how long I live and how likely I am to kill myself, which is terrible.
Yeah.
You're playing with this kid's life. It's just
Saint.
You guys can go into it. I've been going for a while. I've been ranting.
I don't know. I don't know. It's
I'm
one of those
simply not in
situations.
support of it.
Yeah, I don't support it either. If once something like this is done, there's no going back. And the suicide rate is very high amongst transgenders, especially ones that have the operation done. It's one thing to sit there and say, and even I don't agree with you sitting there calling someone who's obviously not that gender, but especially he's 8 years old and just don't, I don't know. It's stupid to have the operation done, especially at such a young age, because you can never go back.
Or any of it. Hormones or the hormone blood.
Nothing. Let a boy be a boy. Let boys be boys, Like, don't try and make something out of something it's not, Like, because you're going to screw this kid's life up. He's going to get bullied in friggin' school. I mean, it's endless. One thing is gonna change someone's life forever. Well, I don't know.
The excuse she was using is to evidence for why he's clearly a girl in his mind is that he picks girl toys before boy toys at McDonald's for his Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
That's great evidence.
It's just silly.
What?
That's great evidence.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's something. Oh boy.
I feel like if this passes through in favor of the mother, serious things need to start into motion. And
it depends on
against
what state this is. What do you know? What state this is going on in?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I really encourage you to go watch the video. It's on Louder with Crowder.
In the whatever short blurb below it. I don't.
You don't even know.
I don't even know what this is called.
Yeah,
his name is James Younger.
On YouTube,
the kid's name is James Younger. So if you want to look it up
on YouTube,
find more about it.
Yeah, on YouTube, this will be in the show notes and the description, and you can watch it for yourself. On Spotify and all the other major platforms, I don't know. We'll see. I don't think it'll be there, but hey. Yeah. Well. Is that all we got to talk about today?
I think so. Unless you want to talk about mowing grass with a scythe.
For all your scythe supply needs, please go to scythesupply.com.